Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to address again a topic that weighs heavily on my heart and I believe on the heart of many around the world: the ongoing suffering of the Palestinian people. This is not just a political issue, it is a humanitarian crisis that demands our attention and action. Every day, we witness the heartbreaking images of destruction, loss, and despair faced by Palestinians. Families are displaced, children are traumatized, and lives are lost, all due to violence that seems unending. I find myself asking, where is humanity? Where is the compassion that the United States claims to uphold? The United States has long positioned itself as a champion of human rights and democracy. Yet, when we look at its action, particularly in the context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a jarring contradiction and hypocrisy emerge. The U.S. provides substantial military aid to Israel, an estimated 3.8 billion annually, plus recent transfer of weapons. This financial support enables Israel to continue its military operations, which have led to countless Palestinian deaths and suffering. Israel uses weapons supplied by US to kill Palestinians, to kill victims of injustice. How can we reconcile these actions with the value of freedom and justice that America professes to uphold? Weapons supplied by US are not just instruments of defense, they are tools of oppression. They are used against the civilians, against families trying to live their lives, against children who have the rights to grow in peace. We must listen to the voice of those who are suffering. We must hear the cries of the mothers who have lost their children, the fathers who have been torn from their families, young people whose dreams have been shattered by the violence and the fear. Their stories are not just statistics, they are the reality of the people enduring what we describe as genocide. As citizens of the world, we cannot remain silent. It is our duty to stand against injustice wherever it occurs. The call for justice for the people of Palestine, for the Palestinian people, is not merely a political stance, it is a moral imperative. We must demand accountability, not just for Israel, but not just from Israel, but also from the United States, which plays a crucial role in perpetuating this cycle of violence and death. Sanctions have proven effective in many contexts. It is time for nations around the world to consider imposing sanctions on the United States for its complicity in the oppression of Palestinians. By holding the US accountable, we can send a clear message that the world will not tolerate this funding of violence against innocent civilians. This is not just about geopolitics. It is about our shared humanity. It is about standing up for the rights of people who have been marginalized and oppressed for far too long. It is about recognizing that justice knows no boundaries and that we are all interconnected in this fight for a better world. I believe in the power of collective action. I believe that when we come together as a global community, we can effect change. We can advocate for policies that prioritize human rights over military aid. We can support organizations that are on the ground providing humanitarian assistance and advocate for the rights of Palestinians and advocating for the rights of Palestinians. We can't afford to be complacent. The consequences of inaction are dire, and the cost is borne by the innocent lives. When we remain silent, we become complicit and suffering of others. This is not just a Palestinian issue. This is a human issue, and we must act accordingly. Throughout history, we've seen that a change often begins at the grassroots level. People coming together, united in their shared belief that justice must prevail, justice as we have witnessed other social justice movement gain momentum, so too can the call for the Palestinian rights rise to the forefront of global consciousness. We must amplify this voice, share their stories, and advocate for their rights. This is a movement that calls for it is essential for us to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people, to recognize their struggle as a part of a broader fight against oppression and injustice. We must challenge our own governments to reevaluate their foreign policies. We must pressure our leaders to prioritize peace and diplomacy over military intervention and support and justice for people of Palestine. Let us talk about the implications of U.S. Foreign policies. The U.S. has often used its influence in international forums to shield Israel from accountability. This cannot continue. The UN has repeatedly issued a statement calling for investigation into human rights violation in the region, yet the US has often vetoed a resolution that calls for justice. This complicity is unacceptable, and it is a pure hypocrisy, and that is not right. International law provides frameworks for protecting human rights and ensuring accountability. The Geneva Convention, for instance, outlines the responsibility of occupying powers and the protection afforded to civilians. Israel's actions, particularly in Gaza, raises serious legal questions and that cannot be ignored. We must demand that these laws are upheld and that violations are met with consequences. Justice must be served for the people of Palestine. This is not just about seeking retribution, it is about restoring dignity, rebuild lives, and ensure that future generations do not have to live under the shadow of oppression. It is about recognizing the humanity in every individual, regardless of their nationality or backgrounds. We live in an interconnected world where the action of one nation can reverberate across the globe. As we reflect on our values, we must ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to create? A world where military might supersedes human rights? Or a world where compassion, justice, and peace are the guiding principles? I urge each of you to take a stand. Use your voice, your platform, your privilege to advocate for those who are suffering. Share this video, discuss the issue with your friends and families, educate yourself and others Together, we can create a ripple effect that challenge the status quo. Change is possible. We have we have seen it happen before. The tide of public opinion can shift, and when it does, it can lead to real, tangible change. Let us be the generations that stands up for justice, that refuses to accept the suffering of others as a norm. Let us be the voice for the voiceless. Thank you for watching and for joining me in this crucial conversation. Let us continue to advocate for peace, for justice, and for the rights of all people. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to keep the dialogue going. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, every action counts. Stand with Palestinians, and let us work together toward a future where peace and justice are a reality for everyone. Thank you, and have a good one.